today's video, you will see the absolute worst chess game that you'll ever see from an average elo of 1672 elo. Classical. Actual elo is like 1800. From a classical chess game of 1672 elo, let's just get right into it, shall we? So, it was round 4 of the Næstved Open. He would like to remain anomalous, so I'll respect his wishes. I won't say anything about him. Yeah, we got out to an interesting start. He played, let's see here, he played an e4. I play e5, like always. He plays knights to f3, which is the most responsible move, and knight c6, and he plays an Italian. And I just play bishop c5. He plays d4, which, you know, it's an overexertion of the pawn. There's just not enough there to actually defend that pawn, so I decided to take with the pawn. I didn't like taking with knight because I thought knight takes e5 looked very strong. I considered taking with the bishop, but I didn't really like what we got into after I take with the bishop. So I decided ultimately just to take with the pawn and play well. He played castles. I played knight g7. And here he throws me off completely by playing bishop takes f7 check. But it's a blunder. Because I just take the bishop. Sure, yes, knight g5, but after king g8, there's no real follow-up. If I had played king f8, queen h5 would have been very strong, but even stronger would be queen to f3 check, and I would just be completely lost. I would have to play knight e5, it would just very quickly get overrun. He plays c3, which I also felt is good, and I played just d5. I didn't like the look of the queen getting a check on b3. Now remember that key square, b3. So I just decided to block it with knight, with pawn d5. He plays b4, I move the bishop back. I wanted to keep the pressure on the f2 square. He plays a4, threatening to trap my bishop, and I play d takes c3. Which I felt was very clever, and the computer likes it too. He plays queen f3, and I play knight e5, which the computer also likes. And here he plays queen takes c3, which I thought this was all well and good, right? I mean, here I could have played knight g7 to keep my advantage. You might say, but this looks scary, but I have bishop here, and I'm gonna take that rook. I'm just going to take the rook. There's nothing you can stop me from actually taking this rook. Some people would say queen a3 would stop you from taking the rook, but you can actually still just take this rook. It's just a free rook. Like, there's no other way about this. The best way is to go rook, pawn here. Pawn here would be wrong. The best move is to go rook a3. I would play a5. You would play... Well, I wouldn't actually play a5 here. I would play like h6. And you play knight f3. Knight takes f3. Queen takes f3. D takes e4. Queen takes e4. Queen e7. Queen takes e7. Knight takes e7. And black is just up a piece. Black is just up a piece and completely winning. But not using my time here, and I got very mad at myself here when I got home, that I didn't just use my time here, play d4. And here, white just has queen b3. Queen b3 is just winning for white. Sure, you might say that it's equal material, but white has such a situational advantage that I'm just completely lost here. You play a5, you prepare to tap bishop, I take the knight, and then you play f4! A killing move! Now the best move is knight f3 because you don't want this pawn to open up. You want to play knight f3, so the rook takes, and then you play g4. This is what you want to go for as black. And now you're just down a piece. Well, not here, because you couldn't take the rook. But this is just what you want to go for. But you're just most likely going to be down a piece because this bishop's trapped. This bishop is just trapped. You're gonna be up a piece as white. From being down a piece. Now, so I got very mad at myself for blundering queen b3. But I got very lucky. His brain malfunctioned. He played queen c4. And I played knight takes c4 and he resigned. So, what can I take away from this? First of all, use my time. I have 1.5 hours. Just use the 1.5 hours. There's nothing scary about b5 because you just have bishop d4. There's nothing scary about b5. I don't know why I was afraid of it. I don't know why I just brushed it off, because I just have bishop d4 and it's just completely winning. And the same thing with a5 here, because I still just go this. I don't know what I was afraid of here. If bishop here, I just go there. I think here it's winning. No, queen b3 is the draw here, so. I still can't play d4, but I can just play h6. There's nothing you can do here. You have to take the bishop. Then I take back here. I'm threatening to take this. The best move here is b5, but then I would honestly just take the knight. It's a pain in my booty. So I'm just gonna go into this. I don't know what I was afraid of. I don't know why I played d4 in 2 seconds. I spent 2 seconds on playing d4. I should have just sat down and realized that queen b3 is a threat, and it's a very big threat that I was already worried about from the start with, where is it? d4. And then down here with d5. I was already worried about queen b3. Why did I not just sit down and think? I'm still getting mad at myself over it, but like, I can also just take this pawn. After he plays pawn here, I can take this pawn, most likely. Yeah, d takes c3. D takes d3, there. But after this, here I can't take it because he's threatening mate, so that's why I played this, which also defends mate. But here, I can theoretically just give back the knight. But also just knight there. I don't know what I was afraid of, but don't know why I allowed this. But, we're human. It happens. Sometimes we just completely misevaluate. And that's completely fine. And sometimes you get punished. Most of the time you should get punished so you can actually learn from it. But sometimes you get lucky. And he played here and he let go of the piece. He realized the press of the clock and let me take the piece before he resigned. I now can edit that out. I just accidentally unplugged my audio, so I had to fix that real quick. But after king f8, here white would have to move the queen, most likely, because there's no mate to be heard of. You can probably play queen here. This is probably a move you can do, but oh yeah, knight takes d5. I forgot. But you can play queen back, and suddenly I'm no longer punished for the mistake I did again. But like, there's no way. I'm just. Why was I afraid of queen being here? That literally isn't doing anything except attacking the knight. Why didn't I play knight here, or knight here, or knight there? Okay, here I can actually understand. There's first of this when this bishop gets moved with a5. And I don't have that. So this I can understand. But then why didn't I see knight here? Why didn't I see knight there? I don't know. But sometimes it happens. We're all human. What can we take away from this? I need to spend my time more. That's one of them. I need to spend my time more. And I need to not over-evaluate my position. I need to just sit down, actually think about my position, instead of just going, I look to be better. I'm clearly better. I'm up a piece. I can only be better. I'm just going to attack the queen. And here again. It's also one of those moves where it has one purpose. It's attacking the queen. Where's the queen going to go? It's going to go here because that's a check. It gets out of danger. and it's winning. But if you had played here, and knight d5, and e takes, I don't know what I would have done. Genuinely. I do not know what I would have done here. I would have probably pushed a pawn. And gone into d6. King f8. You can play rook here. This is a nice move. And the point is, if I take this, you sack the rook. It's also just a free piece. So let's say after rook e7, I take this pawn, but now you sack the rook. Because I can't take back because it's mate. But it happens. All human. He was messed up out of the opening. His spring. He knew he didn't play. He wanted to go knight takes here, which is also still a mistake. This is what he told me after the game. He wanted to go for this, but I'm just up a piece, so that would just be better for me. But it happens. Bishop at takes f7 was very interesting. It's definitely something you can play in blitz, but in a classical game, it's just not worth it because you're much worse for the entire game. I just made one really critical blunder. And he malfunctioned and blundered his queen. But it's whatever. It happens. Have a great day.